And of course, we are now just days away from Super Bowl LVIII airing right here on CBS.
And ahead of the big game, CBS News Detroit producer Kiana Coleman talked with Nate Burleson. He's a former Detroit Lion and current host on CBS Mornings and NFL Today. Here's his take on the Lions' historic season and a look ahead to the Super Bowl.
Before we jump straight to the Super Bowl,
Okay.
about the Lions, because you are a former Lion, so let's talk about their historic season.
Yeah, it was amazing to watch the growth of this organization over the last handful of years, and to see what Dan Campbell has done with this team. You know, he talks a big game, and we've seen this time and time again with coaches in the NFL. But the thing about him, he talks it and he walks it, and that communication style works for the team. Those guys are a reflection of their leadership. So it's pretty dope to see the city buzzing the way it has been, not just stumbling into the playoffs or making a playoff appearance. They had a dominant season, and then in the postseason, they won 2 games. So as disappointing as people may be, just let me remind you that it takes a little time to get to the mountaintop, and being close and not getting to the Super Bowl, that's not a failure. It's a success. This season is one to remember, and I know, I don't want to say hopefully, I know that the squad will build on it.
Yeah, they had pretty much like an underdog tone. So how is that compared to what it was like when you played, and like having a whole city on their back now after so many years of disappointment? They pretty much was a country favorite.
Now, that's a fact. You know, it was similar to when we were there. We were also trying to exercise all of the demons, whether it was, you know, the running back not getting 1,000 yards, or, you know, winning on the road, getting to the playoffs. There's all these things that we knew we had to chip away at. And I've always said that if the Dallas Cowboys are known as America's team, then Detroit, they should be known as America's heartbeat. And I truly do believe that. The people of Michigan, they just represent what's best of this country. Blue collar, hardworking, they wake up, they grind, they don't complain, they get it. You know, so the culture of Detroit is something that I witnessed firsthand. And the main reason that guys gave so much effort was because the people of Michigan, the people of Detroit, I mean, they stood by us through thick and thin. That's why, like, I came out to one of my introductions before a game with the "What up, though" written on my shirt, because it was just a nod to the people there. I love it in Detroit. I feel like I'm an adopted son. There's a lot of people that still come up to me today and they ask if I'm actually from there. And I take that as a compliment, because I was 10 toes down while I was playing in Detroit.
Let's talk Super Bowl. Since we didn't make it, it's a little bit of a disappointment, but you know, we still carrying them on our back. So give me your predictions now.
All right, so I'm gonna give the big prediction, the score, the winner on that Sunday. So I'll give general predictions now. I do feel like Patrick Mahomes is going to play an amazing game. Travis Kelce is going to show up and show out. I mean, why wouldn't he? You know, Taylor Swift is going to be there. You know how dudes get. They always showing off when they girl in the building.
Exactly.
You know, but on the flip side, I feel like the San Francisco 49ers, they are going to shock a lot of people with how well they play, specifically their quarterback, Brock Purdy. You know, he's only in his 2nd year, Mr. Irrelevant, last pick in the draft a couple of drafts ago. So he really wasn't expected to be here, especially this soon. I just feel like he's going to go blow for blow, play for play, throw for throw with Patrick Mahomes, which is shocking because Patrick Mahomes is already known as one of the best passers ever. And I'm telling you right now that this will be one of the most entertaining shows, the entertaining games, with Brock Purdy basically showing up and showing out just like Patrick. And I also feel like Usher is going to have the best halftime show in the history of the NFL. That's another prediction. I can give you that one for sure. I just met with him about a week ago, and we kicked it in Vegas, did a sit-down interview, rode around in his Maybach, and he's ready to go. He didn't let me know all of the surprises he has planned for us, but I do know he's going to be ready to rock.
Give us a little sneak peek. What did he tell you?
He kind of leaned in when I was asking him about guests. So I do feel like he's going to bring somebody out. I don't know who or how many guests, I also feel like he's going to be skating around somehow, somewhere, which is wild because he does that in his show. But just think about that: singing, dancing, choreography, skating while on stage, working the whole entire area while singing to a crowd. There's people that can't even lip sync and keep a rhythm at the same time, let alone Usher and what he's doing. So I believe he's going to bring a little bit of that ATL flavor to the Super Bowl stage.
So this is a matchup we done seen before.
Yeah.
Seeing how the 49ers, the Lions had them in the first half, but they came back strong in the second half.
Right.
How do you think this game Sunday is going to go since they done played them 4 years ago?
Yeah, I think this is going to be a game that comes down to the wire. You have two quarterbacks that are really smart, so it's not going to be a sloppy game. You have two coaches that are really intelligent, so there's not going to be a lot of bad calls. I do feel like the Chiefs, they're going to have a couple of tricks up their sleeve. You'll see a trick play or two. Kyle Shanahan, he's old school. He's just going to run the ball. When the run gets stuffed, he's going to throw the ball. He's going to lean on his playmakers, and that defense is ferocious. You know, that's another element to this game, is that as much as we want to see the highlights and the quarterbacks throwing the ball down the field, it will be these two defenses that are going to really change the complexion. So if there's a fumble recovery, an interception, like that right there could be the one play that shifts everything.
Absolutely. Which one you think is going to be the more dominant side on offense or defense?
That's a good question. I think it's tough. I think the Chiefs might have a day on offense. Like they know how to put up numbers. And the 49ers will have the best defensive showing.
Gotcha. And you are doing something with Nickelodeon for the Super Bowl. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I'm calling a game. So I'm working with the NFL today, just like I always do, leading up to the game, doing the pregame. I'll have my suit and tie on, looking fly. And then as soon as the game starts, I'm jetting over to the Nickelodeon booth. I got to change clothes like, you know, Justin Timberlake. And then once I put on my Nickelodeon outfit, I got to call the game from the booth at halftime, go to the other set, put my suit back on. And then after that, go right back to the booth, finish the third and fourth quarter, and then go back to the big boy set. So I'll be ripping and running, pulling off something that hasn't been done before, to be honest with you. A guy doing a pregame for his network and then doing the simulcast as a color commentator for Family Kids Network, Nickelodeon. So I got a lot of responsibilities, a ton of obligations Super Bowl week, but I'm trying to pull off the most epic Super Bowl week of all time.
You could do it. I believe you.
Oh, thank you. You got faith in me?
Yes, I got a lot of faith in you.
Oh, I appreciate it.
And then remind everybody where they can watch the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Super Bowl 58 right here on CBS, Paramount Plus, and Nickelodeon. It's going down. This will be the biggest and best Super Bowl ever, I promise you. And everybody in Detroit, what up, though?
What up, though? We love it.